Now, guys, going to do a quick market update on Beyond Meat and Cccx. So Beyond is squeezing. This one's going crazy. In the last 2 days, it's up 450%. And today alone, another 166%. So this one has been fun to trade in and out of. I picked up 1,000 shares, just under $1 yesterday. Kind of felt like I was chasing a little bit, but just wanted to hop in just for the fun of it. Sold 500 shares. I have 500 left writing, and basically just going to set stop losses. I'm not going to let this, come all the way back down, but I do expect some manipulation with this one to happen, just since there's a lot of short interest on this one, and you never know, with the whole Robinhood thing, not letting you sell. Certain stuff happens when stocks like this start to take off, so just be careful with that. It is also up a ton, so definitely I wouldn't be chasing unless you got a retest. But we are about to break out of the 1 month, and I think if we break out, we can definitely see 590 and fill this 1 month fair value gap, and then pretty much tap that like 5 or 6 mark. Now, I wouldn't be chasing it unless you see it pull back down to a support level that you like. For me, if it pulls back to like the 225, 283 range and holds that, and we see, more volume pile in and lift it higher, that is where I would maybe take another trade. But this one has already served us well, and I'm not sure I want to give the market back the money, but this one isn't done yet with how many eyes are on it. As far as flow goes, 52 million in calls, 9 million in puts. As far as the bull flow goes, it's 35 to 24. Now that just means I believe people are selling covered calls. Implied volatility spikes, premium spikes, all eyes are on it. May as well, instead of just selling your shares, collect some premium while you do so. Your biggest risk there is beyond actually squeezing like crazy. Say it flies to $20. Well, the person who sold the 1.5 strike price has to sell all their shares at that strike. So that sucks. But it isn't the worst way to get out of a position. And it does sound like they are adding more shorts to the fire on this one. So Beyond can still go. I would just be very careful if you're in that play. All right, and then into Cccx and the quantum stocks. So they're getting beaten down. The bubble is starting to pop a little bit, and it can continue to pop. So it's something you need to know about being in Cccx. On the week, this thing's down 30%. However, it is still up on the month and year to date, up a ton. Unfortunately, as these quantum stocks are starting to pull back, Cccx is getting pulled down with them. It has nothing to really do with Cccx. It's just the overall space that it's in. So this one today down 13%. On the week, down almost the same, 28%. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just being dragged down by the market. That's okay though. Couple things to know. If you are in this for trading like I am, then I'm going to be setting a stop loss on the rest of my shares. Obviously, I've been trading in and out of this one, taking profits on the pops, buying the dips, vice versa. So for me, 18 is my 1806. Pretty much if it breaks this and invalidates this chart, then I am going to stop out of it, because I do believe if it breaks that, we're going to end up testing this trend line, which can put us all the way down to 1625. If we break that, it's just going to go so on and so on. But 1482, then 1377, and there's gaps to fill below. And that's just how these SPACs trade. Now, I don't see this going back to $10. I think if you did get it down here at 13, that is where I would actually look to add shares in my long-term portfolio, where I would just, add some and let it sit there, because I do think Inflection is going to be a good company. But you've also seen good companies like Palantir in 2021 rocket all the way to $40 and then come all the way back down to $6, and look where they're at today. So give this company time if you're actually long on them. But if you're going to trade the hype and the momentum, you just need to be careful short term. So, as a trader, I'm getting in for this momentum and the hype on the quantum stocks, and it was, a great trade, but I think it's starting to come down a bit and cool off. So it's something to monitor. And then I just want to touch on this real quick. I said this yesterday. My biggest risk with this CCCX is that it was just $10 not too long ago, and we do have gaps below. And that's why being disciplined, and not going all in on one stock is very important, because that would have burned you in this situation. Obviously, made some money here and there, but right now I'm currently down on the 100 shares I have left. And I'm, willing to take a paper cut and cut losses if it breaks my chart, and that's just how it goes. If it holds this level and bounces from here with events coming up, who knows? It could trade back to $27, but just with the overall quantum stocks coming down, it's really put a damper on this. And I even said yesterday, if it were to break 18, likely brings us to 16 to test that overall uptrend. And if we break that, we're filling gaps below. So definitely don't want to see this take place, but who knows? That's just how it goes. You need to define your risk. Why are you in the trade? Are you long-term? Are you holding this for 10 years? Well, then you don't even need to worry about these minor setbacks in the market. If you are trading it, if you're getting in and out, and that's your play, well then, yeah, this is a little bit more affecting to you and something to pay attention to. So that's where I'm at with this one, and I'll try to keep you guys updated on what I do. And if I were to stop out, I would actually love for this to come all the way back down and buy those shares at like $13. That'd be sweet. As far as flow goes, they are still shorting a lot of our GTI at 10 million to 7 million on the bear bull. I do believe people are starting to sell puts, which could be considered bullish on this one. And after being down 30% a week, maybe a little bit of a bounce is due. As far as CCCX goes, a lot of bear flow. So just a lot of covered calls being sold, which is bearish because they anticipate them gaining that premium on people who are buying calls. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just a quick update on the market and especially CCCX. Hopefully you were able to lock in some profits on the pops, to 27, 25, and so on. Hopefully this isn't burning you too bad. It's just a good reminder to never go all in on one play, and to also lock in profits as we head higher. And if you didn't, this could also be a lesson on future stocks. It's definitely happened to me before where you try to diamond hand something and it comes all the way back down and even goes red. So that's why I'm very adamant about setting those stop losses above your break even and in profits. I think it's a very smart thing to do. But yeah, we'll keep monitoring this one and talking about it in the Discord. Feel free to join that. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.